And welcome back to Newark by Night. It is our little pocket of the world of darkness that we find our, well, not quite heroes, but kindred living in the shadows of Newark, New Jersey. This evening, things are a little different. Normally, we would start with our friends, the ghouls, the people who ostensibly serve the kindred, take care of them during the day, or maybe the thin blood that is sort of half there, but not tonight. Tonight, we're going to start with Prunella. Prunella, it's an hour before sunset, and you begin to stir as you are apt to do. Hawk is gone, doing something during the day. You know, Sage is off staying at the compound. Your cat, Von Willebrand, is sleeping on your feet again. The big, hairless, rotund cat is comfortably purring as you go along. How is Prunella doing this evening?
She's pretty happy that the cat's not suffocating her if she needed breath. But still not knowing where Alice is kind of weighs on her.
Okay. Do you think that Prunella would check her phone just as a matter of course?
Yeah. She'd check her email.
Okay.
And you know what? At this point, she would even send a hey to Alice's number, even though she knows she's not going to get a response.
Yeah, you do get something about a bit of silence back. You do have a text message, and you get briefly excited, and then you realize that it's a spam account that's trying to convince you to send them money. Something about your account has been locked, and they need you to access the account through them so that they can get that money for you, and blah blah blah.
Triple dot, bam, delete.
Excellent. While you are waking up, let's switch over to Ollie, who also, in recent times, himself waking up before the sun sets.
He still probably, once he gets up, goes over to check the window before remembering that shouldn't do that. Shouldn't pull back those curtains. But then he probably would go over and check under the sheet to make sure that his very torpored sire is still there and torpored, I guess.
Oh yes, he is absolutely torpored. You have a sheet thrown over him, though you have him sitting in a chair, a bit Weekend at Bernie's style. So,
yeah, I've probably also put up one of my better paintings in what would be his line of sight. So
just in case,
in case he needs something pretty to look at. Would probably also check my phone. Realize that Miranda's probably not going to be texting anytime soon.
No text from Miranda. You have a text from Paolo.
Oh, okay. What's it say?
Just a very simple, "Hey, how you doing?"
I will look at that.
How many Y's?
Yeah, how many Y's on the hey?
more than are necessary, sir.
Fair enough. Would start to respond and be like, "No, I need to go talk to Prunella about this." And then make my way to her room if she's and like knock a little bit.
Knocks on your door.
Yeah.
Paolo's texting me again. Do you want me to just ignore it?
You know what? Live your life.
Last time I lived my life, I thought you were going to eat
Maybe
me.
we don't do that, but if you enjoy Paolo's company, she's like, open the door because it's stupid to talk through it.
I mean, he's fun. I enjoy Paolo. I'll respond back, be like, you just be like, hey, with a single Y. Anything happening this evening? And send that off.
Okay. Given that he had sent it earlier in the day, it may take a bit before he sends you a reply. As the two of you are making your way around the apartment, you can't go outside. The blackout window shades are down because obviously you don't want to see what's outside right now. You're not actually used to waking up to the place being quite this silent. I mean, once in a while, but most of the time there's somebody here, somebody active.
Or
Usually
a cow.
usually it's Sage. Sometimes it's Hawk or Bryce, but there's somebody around. So in that bit of silence, you hear the sound of somebody on the steps.
I'm not getting the door.
You said it sounds like someone like coming up the steps out.
Yep.
Inside the building.
Yep.
There are windows in all halls?
No.
No, I didn't think so. She'd go and look through the peephole to see if they're going up or down, because if they're coming up, she might see them as they pass.
They appear to be going up. It is Thera, and she is walking up the stairs, and as you watch for a little bit, she walks back down the stairs.
So Prunella's gonna open the door. Hey, you okay?
Oh yeah, I get to walk. I'm trying to get my step count up. And you taking the stairs is supposed to be good for your butt, so I'm doing the up and down, up and down. It's the Ronaldo's awake. He's not wearing pants. That's taking some getting used to.
Like no trousers, but underpants or nothing.
Oh no, he's got underpants today.
Okie dokie. Well, that's always a positive. You can come hang out in here if you
Okay.
don't wanna spend all the time alone in the hall going up and down the stairs. Do you like cats? Are you allergic to cats?
I'm not a well.
Well, it kind of doesn't matter. He's a sphinx.
Okay. And she sort of hesitantly walks towards the door and walks in when you open the door for her.
How you been feeling? Did the nice priest make you feel less however you've been feeling?
I don't feel any different.
See anything weird lately?
I mean, outside of a guy who's supposed to be a wizard wandering around in his underwear and a cow living in the apartment and a No offense.
Look, this is just New Jersey. I don't know what.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, my gauge of what's weird has been a little off. I think, just sort of adjusted.
To be fair, again, we are not normal. Where we took you from, also not normal.
By extension, am I not normal now?
You're still a question mark. Did we ever talk to Gold about her? Does he know? Did Sage tell him? Is she a secret? What are we doing?
Yeah, we took her. He talked to her. There's like a cookies lemonade.
Yeah,
situation
I know,
or
but like
something.
he never. We fixed the thing, but now it's sort of like, are we supposed to just release her into the wild? Isn't that against some rules?
I mean, yeah.
You, as far as you know, you haven't actually discussed anything since you went to go meet with him in the first place, and so could be any number of things.
So she would text Gold. Don't know if you're awake yet. ... She assumes his humanity is pretty low.
Something.
And then she would just be like, "But the haunted girl?" ? And said,
So you send that off. You don't immediately get a response because the sun hasn't set yet. As you as you send that, you hear something downstairs,
"Oh God, Ronaldo!"
and there's some noise downstairs, and it's a little more than what Ronaldo usually does.
How much closer to sundown are we?
Who has heightened senses here?
I do.
Ollie, you can tell that there are multiple voices.
Can I make anything out what they're saying?
Give me a wits and awareness, and you can add your aspects if you have heightened senses.
I was like, I don't know if I can even help.
Wow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with a crit.
Never mind, you're fine.
Excellent. So you listen in, and you're catching snatches because you're upstairs, but the bulk of it sounds like somebody's in the building that you don't recognize, asking Ronaldo what he's doing there, and ask if there's someplace he can go. It's definitely somebody you don't recognize, and it sounds kind of officious, is the best way to put it. But they're talking to Ronaldo about, does he belong there?
Bro, there's someone's interrogating, trying to get Ronaldo to leave. Maybe you want to. I'm gonna go check it out. I think.
No, is there windows on the first floor?
No. Like there's the door to the on the first floor ostensibly has windows, but it always has blinds up on the inside. So
okay. Sarah, if you don't mind, stay here.
Just in case.
Is it okay to pet the kitty?
Yeah, no, he's a tabulad in love.
Okay.
But he's very heavy, so don't hurt yourself.
I won't.
His name is Von Willebrand.
Yeah. He'll also answer to Willie.
Okay.
And actually, as she said that, I would assume that since this is wake up time and no ghouls have been around, that he's hungry. And like, yes, you say my name?
Yeah, Willie does come up and was like,
Yeah, his food's over in that cabinet in the kitchen, if you don't mind. And she would just head out.
okay.
Ollie will head out as well.
So the two of you head down the stairs, and you find Ronaldo, the elderly form of Ronaldo, wandering around in a loose bathrobe, wearing a pair of briefs and one slipper, and he's looks like he's been drawing on the floor again with chalk. And standing next to him are a couple of guys who look like they're dressed for construction. Like one's got a hard hat under his arm and has a safety vest on, and the other one looks more like a manager of some sort.
That guy.
Ollie's gonna walk over to Ronaldo. Hey, Ronaldo. Are they bothering you? You doing okay?
I'm fine. I just need these infantile. What are you anyway? Why are they here?
I don't know. Why are you here?
We're here. We got an order to begin destruction of the building. You squatters?
No, we definitely pay rent, and we definitely know the owner.
No,
And I definitely know that she's not one to want this building destroyed.
No. It's I got an order here. It's been stamped. It's cleared by the city and everything.
And I'm telling you,
You sure you don't mean the building across the street?
No, I'm pretty sure it's got your address here.
Well, I mean, there's only one number difference. So are you sure?
I'm completely
probably
sure.
it's probably a typo because there's definitely a building that should be knocked down across the street.
No, we're here to clear out, make sure all the Eddie points his hands towards the three of you and the homeless people somewhere else before we start tearing it down.
No, we're not leaving because we have a lease, and I don't care what your paperwork says.
Prunella's gonna pop off.
Okay. They get a little slack jawed. They're just like, ma'am.
You wouldn't mind if I took a look at that paperwork, would ya?
No, sure thing, lady. Here you go.
And she'd like split the stack of nonsense between her and Ollie so that they could flip through and figure out what the hell's going on. What are we seeing?
So, I will allow a wits or intelligence plus academics or finance.
Why isn't Amelia here? This is a job.
Yep.
Love you, Andi.
One success.
Okay, we can roll what or what?
Intelligence or wits, and either academics or finance.
Oh, yay for 1 dot in finance. I almost asked. I really did. I almost asked, did we get Flair?
No.
Be good to me, little dice.
I mean, you should have known better than giving Ollie any of the paperwork.
Hey, it's fun to include Ollie when we are out of our depth.
How many successes, Prunella?
2.
Okay.
Out of a possible 4.
Yeah. Between the two of you, you're going back and forth and looking at it, going, "Wait, okay, this is a notarized, and this part here is signed by this person who is a city official, and all of this. It looks very official." And you look at the address, and the address is yours, but you can tell it looks like a failure of the printing. So a 1 looks like a 2. But it looks enough like it that this is official paperwork. Like, they've got legal permission to tear down the building.
That's great and all. Does anywhere on this paperwork have the douchebag in the fancy car's name or anything related to specifics of who wants the building knocked over?
Nope. The name of the demolition company is there, but not the guy you met the other day.
You fellas wouldn't know who you're working for, would ya? Do you have a parent company, a client you're answering to?
It's just another contact for me. The folks at Demolition Inc. They're the ones that took the contract. They just told me, hey, I should come down here. We got the paperwork already. You know how it is. You get all this, you go where you want. And he's looking at you and kind of stuttering because pretty with awe. So he's what can I do something for you? Maybe take you out for coffee or something?
Well, you know what? You can get me both your number and your superior's number if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
And that way I can contact either of you when I have more questions. But I do want to point out, and she would show the printer error, and I have a better dice pool for this one. This has been a misprint. I am definitely right. You mean the other building.
I mean, I just go where they tell me to go, but
I know, and it's not your fault that it's a misprint. You're an intelligent man that is just trying to honor his duty. I can see that.
All right. Can you give me a no, this is almost. I'll let you decide charisma or manipulation, depending on your approach, and persuasion.
Same difference.
And you do get to add your dots in presence because you got awe up.
Oh, that's good. All right. One, 2, 3, 4.
All right. You get
5.
5. All right. So he's like, all right. I guess I was wrong. Hey, so you think we should go over next door and just start tearing it down? All right, we can do that. I mean,
there's no squatters. There's no one for you to have to deal with, because I'm sure this would have been more paperwork, especially since if we were living here legally, the sheriff's department would have been involved. But that building is just so old. It's a hazard. It's dilapidated. Don't go in the basement. Just blow the damn thing up.
Okay. Well, you know best. About that coffee, though, you want to get together and
just get me your number and your superior's number.
And he hands you his card and actually his manager's card.
Thank you so much. You'll be hearing from me or a friend of mine.
Oh, okay. Right. I gotta go and talk to the crew. Yeah. No, we'll do a tour of the building over there.
Do I need to do anything to drop my suffuse the edifice? That is intimidation over there.
You would have to decide to drop it.
Yeah, I would probably realize.
No. What? No? Why? He just said that they're gonna go walk around that building, and you're like, should I make it not rude so they'll want to look around that building? Are you kidding?
True. No, you're gonna.
You know what? Fine. No, I've been curious. Let's just let mortals wander around the flesh tunnel house.
All right.
I think I just look over at Prunella and be like, should I make the building less rude? Or like let them deal with it? I want them to blow it up. But
yeah.
I don't.
It looked like they were willing to knock this place down with all of us and Daisy inside. So, even if the
really
building's
confused by
rude,
finding...
they'll probably still do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we could watch if they. Well, I'm sure it'll take more than 30 minutes or so for the sun to completely go down.
Do you wanna? Oh, we could chaperone as they walk through and just not let them go in the basement.
I mean, we could. You seem to have a way with them.
Well, yeah.
It seems like we could definitely probably convince them one way or another to make sure that
I'm sure you and I could scare them away, but I'd rather the building did.
Yeah, we really could get to do with a little less flesh tunnels across the street.
So, Ronaldo, you keep doing whatever you're doing.
Oh,
do you need more chalk?
Oh, no, I was just working out some equations. You wouldn't happen to know where I could get a large quantity of cocaine?
Yes. I know a guy.
He does.
Excellent.
How large of a quantity are we talking about?
Oh, I think enough. A kilo?
It's going to be a bit pricey, but I'm pretty sure I can swing it.
Excellent.
Give me a day or two.
All right, and I will start preparing the other supplies.
Maybe you text Sage before we move a kilo of cocaine through our apartment.
Fair. Yeah, I'll text Sage about that. He'll take out his phone and send Sage a text. Hey, I need to get some party favors for Ronaldo. Any problems with that? No details. Just just send that off to Sage.
That's so
bad. Okay. So, you are downstairs as the sun does begin to set. And do any of you go to look to see what the crew is doing?
Yeah.
Well, Prunella's gonna take a picture of all the construction crap and people, and take a picture of people wanting to go inside the potential Zemitzi ancient church house thing, whatever it was, and send that to Gold and Sage with just being like, yeah, people knocking down buildings on our street. Also, it's a little late in the night to be knocking down buildings in our street.
There's the guy that you were talking to seems to be standing in the middle of the street, talking on a phone, gesturing at the big scary building now.
Well, it looks like they're scared of it.
Are they too scared of it? Well, if we're going to escort them, I can make it less rude.
Well, they might just go away.
Maybe. That's fair. But then the next crew might come back and
Hey,
still have the bad paperwork.
Can you still hear stuff? What's he saying on the phone?
Can I hear what he's saying on the phone?
Give me a wits and awareness plus your aspects.
Right. You're the one with the super hearing.
It's true.
You hear stuff. I turn into cats.
3 successes this time.
Okay. You're only catching parts of it, but you hear. Yeah, we're down here at the site. We had a little mix up on the address. But the guys are a little worried about the site. Yeah, no, go ahead and send on the cops.
Always look over. They want the cops to come here. Should I do the thing.
Well, we want cops wandering around the scary building?
No, we don't. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, even if you turn it off, the cops are already. Why are we left alone?
I don't know. Ollie at this point is going to drop the building daunt. This fuse the edifice. Let that sort of go away and start walking over to this construction foreman. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, hey, Joey. Nice to meet you.
Joey. Nice to meet you, Joey.
He does the awkward wave at Prunella behind you.
Everything okay? It seems like
the
conversation a little bit.
No, man, the guys are a little nervous about going into the building. We thought we'd get some police, to show up and work security in case there's. I know you said that there were no people there, and I believe you, but you know how it is. Can't be too safe, We're gonna have a call for the cops. They're also gonna send a fire inspector. And they're gonna check out the building. It'll be.
Why would you need to inspect the fire? What, you're knocking it down?
Oh yeah, but we got to check to make sure it's not going to be present any problems for any other buildings in the neighborhood. Like if there's like an open gas valve in there, we might actually blow up the whole neighborhood. Wouldn't that suck?
Not blow up the neighborhood. We used to know the people before it went all abandoned. We've been here a while. Do you want us to show you around? We know the places to avoid, and it's really messed up in there, but it's not terribly dangerous as long as you know what you're doing.
Can't ask you to do that. That's I'm paid, I'm bonded, to come do this kind of work. But you're just people happen to live in the neighborhood. If something happened, I would feel real bad.
You got an extra hard hat or two, right? And he'll gesture at the hard hat.
Well, yeah, I suppose I could. Give me a persuasion.
Sure.
When he left the apartment, did that break the awe, or is the awe still going?
Did you actively try and break the no, your awe?
Yeah, my awe.
Your awe is still going.
It's still going? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
2 successes on that one.
Yeah. Until you tell me awe is turned off, I'm gonna assume it's there.
Okay.
2 successes. All right. I suppose I can do that. Just between the two of us. But still, when the cops show up, they'll probably want to do another sweep too with the fire inspector.
Sure.
Sometimes these homeless people can get a little dangerous. I came across this one thing. I have no idea how what was going on there. There was some horrible thing made of flesh. It was weird. It was like bottom of a bridge. It was like some sort of weird art thing. I don't understand.
I think I read an article about that. Yeah, it was a while ago.
Like guerrilla art.
Yeah, people will do the weirdest things.
When did you see that?
Oh, that was about a couple of years ago at this point.
Yeah. That's what the article was, I think.
Yeah. No, it was wild. Like, I thought it was real, but, they had some people come out and tell me it was like an art installment. There was, I could have sworn the guy that was sort of fused into all of it was still breathing, and that was just kind of gross, I had nightmares about that one for a while.
Yeah, me too. I would if I had seen it.
So the police are coming. That's happening.
Oh yeah.
Just to be sure.
So you know what? I will go with you and whomever, and Ollie can wait here for when the police come and deal with them, so that we're not both inside when the police come.
Seems like a good plan.
Because they just like me so much.
But I'd really extra hard hats. She definitely needs a hard hat. I want one just because I like hard hats.
Don't touch any walls while we're in there, okay?
I mean, I kind of have to, check the integrity.
Maybe wear gloves.
That'll do. That'll do. He comes over and hands Prunella a helmet. Here you go.
Thanks.
Did he get it from somewhere with like multiple hard hats?
He reached into his truck, which is
Okay.
sort of parked on the street there.
Where's mine? If this building falls down while you're inside of it, I want a hard hat.
Oh yeah. And he'll reach in and grab another one.
So
Take it.
reassuring.
Throw it in
Thank
his head. All right, so you all go and just. I would be quick. It is kind of unpleasant in there. Just, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen some things.
Yeah, me too.
you. I bet.
This city is weirder than people think. And the construction folks, we get to see it all. They don't talk about it, but we get to see all kinds of weird stuff.
You should talk to him about the weird stuff he's seen while you're exploring the.
Yeah, and she'd like gesture towards the building, like let's get on with this.
And he's walking in, and he seems thoroughly pleased that the pretty girl is paying attention to him as you start walking your way towards the building. And as you get to the door, he opens it up, and it's unlocked.
Cool. How? Because I just thought about Prue and some things. About how long has it probably been since his last shower?
No, he seems reasonably well
Cool.
kept up. Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
So she's so not touching things. She's like every door. She's letting him do all the stuff.
Yep. So he opens the door, and he's like, "So yeah. Anyways, we got the order. It apparently the process has been going for a few weeks now. That they just had to get permission, and the permission came through. And this, you'd be surprised the kind of work that happens at night. That way, we don't block traffic as much, which is why we do a lot of the construction work at night. The less traffic to interfere with. The city likes it when we do this. And as he's walking through, you've been in this building a few years ago. You haven't been in since.
There was a carnival, but it looks weird in here when it's a carnival.
Yeah, you've never seen this blank like this.
So like all the paper, the office stuff, all of the like garbage and the bloody footprints, everything from then is just gone.
Yep. Possibly.
It's not like she's gonna like lead them to where she knows the magic wall was. So she's just gonna let him do whatever he needs to do and wait until he does something that she doesn't think he should do.
And as he's walking around, he's looking around. It's like, yeah, this is no, this shouldn't be too much difficulty to knock down. We bring in a wrecking ball, take out the corners, push it in. Have it all sort of do an internal fall so it wouldn't drop anything on anybody in the street. It'll be great. And he's just rattling on. He's very proud of his work, and he wants to impress Prunella.
Yeah, wrecking ball. What are you building?
Oh, yeah. They're going to put up a new apartment building here. Kind of like your place, except, little newer and high-tech and such. That's why here, anyway. That's what the company is contracted to do.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll be I might get attached. You might see me around a bit.
Sounds great. It's usually really quiet on our street at night. Not much excitement.
Yeah. Oh, I heard about the explosion that happened down the street a couple of years ago. Were you around for that?
Yeah, I had only been living here a short time when that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to help with some of the cleanup on that. Did some damage to the street, manhole cover, the whole 9 yards. It was a mess up there. and then I heard there was another explosion out this way not too long ago. Nothing came of it. Didn't show up in the news, but a buddy of mine was working a project, and just a couple of blocks over, and he heard this explosion came from over here. Anyways, it was a whole thing. And then there was the I remember. Maybe a year or so back, there was the guy that there was like a shootout just over there and he points at the building that used to have the containers of blood in it. It's like, yeah, it was over there. It made the news and everything. It was a whole thing. Yeah, you got a really exciting neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, there's places that have crazy stuff happen, like across town when there was that fire at the storage units.
Oh yeah. No, I remember hearing about that. There was a storage place. I had a buddy who had to work that. It was a whole thing. But fires happen. This is Newark. Meanwhile,
anything else that you need to look at?
Oh, he's walking along the wall. He occasionally kicks a section of wall like lightly to see if it's going to fall in or something like that. He's got his flashlight out and he's checking. The whole time he's talking to you, he's looking around. And as he's walking along, that's weird.
What?
And he points off to one side, and you see a small hole in the concrete flooring, about 100 feet across. It's like, that's weird. And with that, we're going to switch over to Ollie. Ollie, you're standing outside. The hard hat on. The other guy who came with this man is just smoking a cigarette, sitting in the back of the truck. Gives you nods, but doesn't really he's not doing the talkative thing.
Okay.
Like, whenever you maybe ask him something, he gives more of grunt-like answers. Never really says much. Eventually, you do have a couple of patrol cars pull up on the street.
I'm gonna look over at my new friend and be like, you know what? You rest. I'll talk to them, let them know what's going on. And he'll walk over to the patrol cars. Evening, officers.
Evening. It's been a wow. Okay. Huh. It's been a minute since we got calls down to this block.
Yeah, luckily for us. Well, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I really do. I'm fairly certain that one of the new guys, he got a little jittery about something he saw. He just got spooked for no reason. I've been in there. Everything seems to be fine. I really don't need you all to do anything, honestly.
Yeah. He gets out of the car, of course, and then the guy in the other car gets out. And there's a guy who was riding along in the other car as well. So you've got three of them standing there. And guy who seems to be the talker, a bit heavy set, maybe a little too heavy to meet physical requirements, but still able to walk around, still able to get around. Has that air of somebody who's used to having people be afraid of him. And given your pool, I'm not going to make you roll for this. You do notice all of them have their body cams.
Excellent.
And he's like, yeah, well, I got called. I'm supposed to do a walk around in this building, clear out any homeless people. You know it is.
Yeah, I do. And Ollie's going to activate Dawn to this point. You know.
Okay.
You know, because he's just like, look, I got a lot of union guys who are working on this job. They're going to need to eat. Like, if you go in there and slow this down, they're gonna get pissed. I'll have to pay them double time and a half. Like, if you could just make this go away, that would be fantastic.
As soon as you turn on your daunt to make yourself scary, one thing occurs almost immediately. All three of them put their hand on their guns.
Sure. Of course they do, because cops are horrible.
And their response to fear is, I have a gun.
Yeah.
Like, they're afraid of you. And they're armed.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that big a deal, but like, it's just gonna save me a lot of money, a lot of time. If you could just say you signed off on it, like, I promise there's nobody in there. I checked 3 times. There's nobody in there.
I have an important question for you.
Sure.
Is Ollie trying to persuade them, or is Ollie trying to intimidate them?
Ollie's trying to imply to them, he's trying to intimidate them, and he's trying to imply that, like, there are some important people who might be really disappointed if this doesn't happen sooner than later.
Okay. Roll an intimidation.
Do you want
manipulation?
Yeah.
Plus intimidation. You can add your presence.
You can do it.
Coercion come into play?
No. You're not.
Think so.
Yeah, this isn't that kind of thing.
Still a good tool. Can I use willpower?
You can.
All right. Okay. 7 successes, no crits.
7 successes. All right.
This is where I get shot.
So you see them, their eyes get that sort of panicked look. But they do take a step back. Huh? Yes, sir. Well, I do need to, check in on some things, I guess. Can you stay right there?
Yeah, of course.
And
I got nowhere to be.
They back up and start getting into their cars. And we're going to go back to Prunella. So, yeah, he spots this, what looks like a small hole in the floor, about 100 feet away.
Small.
A person might be able to crawl in or out of it.
So like a crawl space hole. Okay. In the floor?
Uh-huh.
On the first level.
Uh-huh.
So leading down.
Yeah.
Into the basement.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything to me.
Are you trying to convince him that it's not important?
You know what? We're already using disciplines. Let's get crazy.
Sure.
I mean, I guess she could mesmerize.
You could.
So wait, cloud memory would make him like forget seeing the hole?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, no, we can do that. We don't have to get crazy. Let's save the crazy for probably whatever's about to happen.
Okay. So you are going to try to cloud his memory. How are you making it so that he doesn't immediately see it again, though?
So like you said, it's like empty in here. Is there any like newspaper or like cardboard, any debris that she could like kick over it?
I mean, it's 100 feet, like it's across the floor, so you'd have to go over and do that.
So he sees this hole from a distance in the dark.
Yep. Ed said, "What's this?"
She's going to cloud memory bust. He's forgetting that hole.
So you step in front of him and say, forget. And he forgets. And all he, for a brief moment, his eyes go blank. That sort of defocusing thing that sometimes you'll see people do. And then he sort of refocuses and he's looking at you and going, what was I doing?
And she's gonna try and like take the flashlight, but also make it look like she wants to hold his hand.
Or Prunella.
She's gonna want so much pearl.
All right. Give me a manipulation plus subterfuge.
Hey, there's a dot in that. Awesome.
I will allow you to use your presence because you never turned off awe. So.
And okay. Dropping stuff now.
Oh, that's
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
okay. You get you sort of coyly put your hand across his flashlight hand and sort of slide the flashlight out with your opposite hand as you take his hand, and he's completely enthralled with you. He's looking at you. Yeah. Hi. Can I? What's going on?
I just thought we were having a nice moment. Did I misread?
No. You. What's your name?
You can call me Bernice.
Denise. It's nice. That's a pretty name. It's a pretty name. You don't see that anymore. Oh, Bernice. Well, Bernice, it's good to meet you. I'm Joey, and you're really pretty. Also, I like your outfit. It's very, very fetching.
Thanks. So you saw everything. Do we want to see if the cops have arrived? Maybe you can tell them there's no homeless people here.
I mean,
And then maybe you and I could hang for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I mean, I didn't see me in here. Did you see me?
I did not.
Okay. Yeah, we can go out and tell him it's clear.
She will keep a hold of his hand and pull him along.
You lead him out of the building. And you see Ollie standing in the street. There are 3 cop cars with the cops sitting in them. Or 2 cop cars. Cops sitting in them. And as you are watching, 2 more cop cars start pulling up.
Well, she's gonna like, hey, you go let the cops know there's no homeless people. I'm gonna go see what my friend's doing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go do that. And he lingers, like looking at you as he backs up, and then like runs towards the cops. And yeah, Ollie, you see these 2 more cop cars show up.
What did you do? What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just told them that I may have implied some things, but that
You
they
threatened
should have
some
just
cops?
left. I thought they were just going to leave. Because I convinced them that
They have guns, Ollie.
I know they have guns.
when humans get scared and have guns, they don't just leave.
Yeah, well, they should. Because we both know how that would end for them. Not well. I mean, there's more of them now, so maybe slightly better, but
maybe you go sit back with Ugg over there and.
Should I? And he'll gesture at the fact that he still has a very intense daunt of. Should I maybe tone this down? You think?
Yeah.
All right. He'll
maybe stop seeming like there's a bear and loose on our street. Like.
Fair enough. Ollie will deactivate daunt. And then he'll go sit next to well, actually, he'll just stand there with Prue. What do you think they're gonna do?
I don't know. There's 5 cop cars.
It's a lot of cop cars.
She's just like hoping that some of what lovesick moron is doing is gonna help.
So the guy walks up to the closest cop car, and leans over the window and starts talking to the cop inside. Ollie, you have heightened senses, so you can get snatches of this conversation. Basically, the guy is really trying to sell the idea that he just did a walkthrough and there's no homeless people in there. He does say they might have a problem with one over in the other building, but we don't have to worry about that. When the cop asks him, there's some crazy old guy wandering around in his underwear. It smells like a cow in there too. It's weird. Anyways, but yeah, no, it's fine. They're fine. It's the place is cleared out. It's going to be torn down in the next few days anyway. So yeah, we'll block off the street and everything. But there's no homeless people in there tonight. I mean, you might want to try maybe another night just to make sure, just before it happens. We do the walkthroughs before we do it anyway, in case somebody sneaks in. So it'll be fine. Nothing to worry about tonight. And the cop begins to is like, yeah, but that guy, what is he? Is this a whole mob? Is this a mob thing? Is this a mob? Like, I called for my supervisor, because look at him. And he points to Ollie, who is this big muscle-bound guy.
Well, yeah, him, but...
It seems suddenly less intimidating.
I was just saying to myself the other day, that cat girl really makes me think of the mob.
and the other guys, yeah, I get it. He is kind of, but I mean, she's nice. She's really nice, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't know, man. It's something. Got a bad feel off that guy, like he was going to rip my head off. I didn't like that. With the mood around cops these days, you can never be too careful. Yeah, I know, I get it. But yeah, you can come back, check on the day before we're going to do the teardown. We still have to do another inspection once the method of destruction is considered and the plans are written up. So we'll do other walkthroughs. It's fine tonight, though. I checked. Trust me. And the cop's like, all right. But be careful of that one guy. Something's not right about him. Scary. Yeah, no, I get it. Like, it's kind of the whole maybe a PCP like guy rip open your neck and drink your blood kind of thing,
I would look over at Prue and say, I would never. Even though she doesn't have any context.
She's like, I don't know what they're saying. Is it good? Is it going good? Are they gonna go away? Is it all
It's
right?
going-
Did they stop being scared of you? Are they gonna shoot you?
They're still scared of me. They might try to shoot me. I should probably go inside.
Did you turn it off? You turned it off,
Yeah, I
right?
turned
Did
it
you make the
off.
building stop being rude too, right?
I
Not
did, I
everybody's
did.
not gonna shoot the building, are they?
I mean, that would be okay if they shot the building, but no, the building's not rude. I'm not rude. It's all fine. And then your new friend. Do you want me to like help you wash that later? Because it can't be comfortable
Oh,
for you.
yeah. Ugh.
But I think it's going okay. I think they're gonna leave, but they're probably gonna come back or at least they're not the foreman guy, the guy you walked around inside with. He says he's gonna do more inspections. Is that gonna be a problem?
I mean, if I gotta do that again every time, I guess.
Yeah. Is there a better way to do
You think
this?
Gold could like have someone come in and like fill a hole full of concrete or something for her?
I feel like if anyone
She'd
has
like look at her phone
construction
being like,
crew-
wait, I texted that motherfucker. Like, pictures, alarming things. She'd like sneak a picture of the 5 cop cars and send it to, just being like, I don't think he's listening to the gravity of the situation right now.
So your previous text was about Sarah.
Yeah.
You followed it up with a text with a picture of 5 cop cars.
No, there was a picture in between, or a couple of pictures in between, of construction people in front of the murder house. Like, yeah. So
okay. Is there any text attached to these pictures?
Oh, the other two, it would have been like construction crew knocking down. Oh yeah, I said it was like construction crew knocking down. Kind of late, isn't it?
Okay. When you send the picture of the cop cars, you do get a response relatively quickly. The phone starts ringing.
What does it say? Is it Gold? Does it tell?
Yeah, it's Gold.
Well, since she's loud and near a bunch of cops, I'm doing this. Hi, Daddy.
You could
were
hear
so warned, McCoy. I literally warned you.
You could hear the audible gear grind as what did you do?
I have not. I'm sure Sage told you about the jack off that wants to buy this building and the whole street and thinks that he's the God's gift to business. Well, apparently he was already well on his way to doing so before we caught on, because there's a construction crew here to knock down the the place with the thing and the guy.
Yeah, they have to do initial inspection, come up with a plan for the destruction. They'll do another inspection, then they'll go through the set up the plan, and then they'll probably do a final inspection just to make sure before they knock it down. That's how that
There
works.
was a hole.
There was a hole.
There was a person-sized hole leading down into the place that we don't want them to go. I had to touch someone's hand, okay? Ollie's the reason why the police are here. She's gonna hand the phone over to Ollie.
That is not true. They just are
Ollie,
bored, I think.
Stop talking. Hand the phone back to her.
Just hand it back to Prunella.
Hey.
Are they leaving?
Are they?
As you're watching, the foreman seems to be wrapping things up. The cop's nodding. It looks like they're probably going to leave.
Yeah, I think we sort of manipulated the situation at least enough today.
Sage is doing something for me right now. When she's done, I'll send her your way.
We appreciate it.
You all right?
Yeah, what? I can't be nice?
Historically,
He's not wrong, Prunella.
Stop listening.
I can't help it.
listen. Do you need me to send anybody else? Like, Sage may not be available, but I got other people.
Well, maybe you could at least tell us, like, what are we supposed to do with the no longer haunted girl?
Oh, I don't care. Just don't dump her on the street because Masquerade and all. But beyond that, it's
We're supposed to just keep.
wipe her mind, make her lunch. I don't care.
Of what? A whole year of her life? I don't think I can do that.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's your call. If you want me to deal with it, I'll deal with it.
No, you clearly have such morals. But thanks for help today, Click.
Okay.
I mean, he's not Steve, but she's still just like, no, I do not want you to decide, because then she just becomes another ghoul in your compound.
That's the best case scenario.
I know. It's like I'm over here going, what are we? Am I supposed to get 2 ghouls? Do you need a new ghoul?
I mean, I don't want a new ghoul, but I could take one, I guess.
It was like, your ghoul turned into a thin blood. Things were different now.
So after hanging up on the Baron of Newark,
I don't think it's the first time.
No, it's probably not. You see the foreman stepping away of the cop car, and the cop car again,
XOXO.
of course is. So the cop car begins to leave, and the rest of them begin to follow. As and the foreman walks over. Yeah, that was. Yeah, they were just a little worried about your friend here. He's a little, you're a little intimidating.
I'm a nice guy. I don't know why people are always telling me I'm so intimidating.
The guy in the truck
Worked out a lot.
The guy in the truck bed goes,
See, I'm not afraid of him.
What's his name? All I got was I don't know. A couple grunts, a snarl. Bob?
Bob.
Oh. Bob's a interesting character. I like Bob.
He usually is.
Yeah, he's got a master's degree in philosophy, I think, but he never talks about it.
Yeah, just so y'all know, since apparently you're gonna be around, that guy's not homeless. He lives there. He's just old, and dementia's a thing, and you should have more respect for that.
Oh,
take care of him.
Oh, is he like your grandfather or something?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we moved him in with us some time ago. He's harmless, and we will do our best to keep him as clothed as possible. We're not always around, but there will always be someone who can, actually, I'll fix that all together. I already have an idea.
Most people, they just people send people to a home and forget about them. That's really, really admirable that you're doing that.
Responsibilities.
Oh, it's great.
Consequences of my actions, things like that.
Oh, that's very cool. I'm going to sign off on this. Will you do anything for the rest of the night? We could go to a diner or something.
Well, no, I actually have to work a little bit. I do design work, and I need to answer some emails and check in on some textiles. But I have your number, And I promise I'll be getting a hold of your boss as well, so maybe he'll mention me.
Oh yeah. No, that would be great. I hope to see you again. I'll drop by sometime.
And you guys try not to make a mess of the street, please. We do live here.
Oh no, yeah, we're pretty good about this. Like this will take us once we actually start working on it, it'll take us about a week. It'll be fine. The place will be cleared out. We've gotten good at this. Working on these in the city, you got to be a little more efficient. You got to go a little faster.
What was your name?
Joey.
Joey. It's nice to meet you, Joey.
It's nice to meet you.
So we're gonna go because I was kind of gonna deal with my grandpa. As you saw, he might need a little attention.
Give me a call. Maybe I'll come by some afternoon before I have to, work a shift. Maybe we can.
I work late nights myself, so coming by during the day, you might find that I'm not home or I'm asleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's nice meeting you.
She's so backing up now. She's just like pushing Ollie behind her, like we're gonna. You won't.
Nice meeting you, Joey.
Nice to meet. Yeah, I'm gonna get in the car, Bob. Bob's like, nah.
She's gonna drop awe as soon as they get back into the apartment. Just like.
Probably for the best because Ollie does not have a great pool against us. Oh.
So, as you come back in, you find Sarah.
How long have we lived here? Like 3 years now? She'd go over to one of the definitely hand sanitizer thingies on the wall in the hallways. Sure.
Sarah is sitting at the top of the sort of entry and hall where there's little steps up from the door, and she's sitting there with Von Willebrand, who is wrapped around her neck and purring, and is currently being inspected by Daisy, the cow, who is sniffing at Von Willebrand. And they're all sitting there. Hey, how did it go?
They ain't gonna knock it down today.
They were gonna knock something down?
Well, they thought they would knock
this building down.
Yeah, but they mean to be across the way, but they don't need to be. It's not important. How are you?
I'm okay. They were gonna knock the building down?
So
it was a administrative error, some bad paperwork or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Sarah, do you? What do you want? Like, do you have dreams, goals? What was going on before you started seeing the scary stuff?
I was working in a convenience store.
And what were our goals at that point?
Maybe go on a date someday.
Cool. Wanted to meet somebody. Awesome. And have you gotten to start working for Sage yet?
I did go down to work in the shop. The girl that works for her is very nice, and there's this guy, and he's very handsome and has kind of a British accent. Comes in from time to time, and he talks to her, and he's very friendly. And I'm learning all kinds of things about stones. They're really neat. I like working for Sage. She's good to work for.
Do you have any creative outlets?
What do you mean?
Well, have you been just going to work and walking up down the stairs of our apartment?
I mean, I listen to music and
okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do you like it here? Do you want to keep living here? Would you like to maybe not live with?
Are you gonna throw me in?
No. I just don't want you to feel like we are dictating your life.
Oh no.
Or that you are now from one prison to another. You are not a prisoner here.
Oh no. No, you've been very nice. You haven't shocked me once, and the like.
But so low.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the other place they'd let me go a couple of days without food because they wanted to. I don't know why. They just thought it was. I think they thought it would help with whatever they were looking at. I don't know. But Sage always makes sure that I have food, and uh, so no, this is nice, and nobody is threatened me once while I was here, and that's nice.
Yeah.
And you occasionally notice they exist. That's one up on some of the places I've lived before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Sarah. So, like, we gave her. Is she in her own apartment? Is she staying in Amelia's? Where have we been keeping Sarah?
There's a spare apartment on the ground floor that she's been staying in.
Okay. Well, you, I'm sure, are welcome to stay as long as you like. But if you don't feel safe here, or if maybe all the weird stuff is too much for you, you just need to let us know, because it could require some complicated stuff to let you move on without
We
bad
wouldn't
things.
want you to fall back into the
we
possession of
don't.
the last group. So there's some steps we can take to help make sure you stay off the radar.
But you are safe. You are safe here. You are fine.
Okay. I mean, once we've had a few days and you made it clear you weren't going to feed from me. That was, the whole
We weren't gonna
vampire
what?
feed from me. You're vampires. You drink blood and stuff.
Yes, but well. I mean, none of us are gonna do that.
Okay.
Probably. I'm not planning.
Like, no, I eat cats and dogs, but he won't. I mean, nobody.
I mean, it's actually very enjoyable. Just letting you know, like, it's not as bad as it sounds.
Hey, you're not selling it to us.
I'm not trying to sell it to him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that sounds like the one guy I tried to date once, and he said something like that once. It was really enjoyable, and it didn't seem like it was all that enjoyable at the time. And
Whoa! You dated a guy who bit you?
I mean, I think he thought it was sexy, but it really was just kind of icky.
Okay, cool. Then he didn't. He's not. It's fine.
Yeah. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just saying.
Okay.
As far as the things that could happen, he's going to catch himself and be like,
she doesn't need to know.
It's fine.
It's fine. Are you hungry? Is that what you're saying? Have you not? You need food?
Oh, no. Sage showed me in the apartment where she keeps food because she knows that you two don't eat food, but she knew I do, and she also got me some groceries. I've got groceries. I've been being very careful not to eat it all though. So like I have, I think I'll have ramen again tonight because I don't want to go through the food too quickly.
Don't worry about that. If you need more food, let us know. We'll absolutely get you some more.
It's like, yeah. And just to reiterate, maybe you don't tell people we're vampires.
Oh, right.
Definitely don't do that.
Not
Don't
supposed
tell
to.
people that.
Yeah, okay. But there are people who know, right?
People?
Well, there was that nice guy who gave me the lemonade. Looked like somebody's dad. And then there was the nice lady.
No.
And then
who's she talking about, bro? Oh, the lemonade. That's okay. Yeah, I know. Never mind. I know who you're talking about. The lady. What lady?
Yeah, there was a lady there. She was very pretty. Like I had almost like a veil on. It was kind of weird, but I assumed it was like a religious thing. It was kind of neat. And then
Roll on things. I seriously doubt it, but I have the occult specialty, so I'm just like, can I? Literally in medicine, so.
I mean, you can. You don't need to roll on your occult. There's not enough there to go on for the occult.
Well, I don't know. So meeting a lady inside a kindred atmosphere, dressed as she is described.
Like, you know that sounds like there was somebody there that you didn't get to meet. But there are a lot of reasons why people wear veils. So, some of them religious. Most of them are religious, to be fair. But it is interesting to you that while you were there was somebody there that you didn't get to meet.
Very interesting. After she totally knows that Sage was keeping something from her.
Yeah. She's like, and then there's that nice priest guy. I assume he knows. Like, you showed him a lot. Like, he was.
He no, not that one. He.
And then there's that Steve guy.
No, he's not a nice man. Don't.
He was very friendly.
No, please, never ever willingly go anywhere with that. Don't look him in the eyes.
He's a stranger with candy.
Don't talk to him if you don't have to. If he ever shows up and you are not with one of us or Sage or Amelia, or if he ever shows up, you run, you get away, you hide, you get.
Okay. I will. I promise.
Not a good guy.
Not a good guy.
Okay.
But yes, the priest that we brought you that helped you is A-okay. You are welcome to go and get free food from his potluck any weekend.
He doesn't know and shouldn't know.
No, don't. Well, we're not going to find out what he does and doesn't know.
Okay. Let's just assume everybody doesn't know, and you can't tell them unless you know they already know. And even then, you should probably not.
All right. I guess so. It's a little confusing. There's a lot to remember.
Just, we don't talk about our roommates or our apartment mates. I don't know. Just
I should just keep to myself.
No, make friends, go on dates.
Talk to us. Talk to anybody else you see coming and going. You are welcome to make conversations with clearly the people in the know. It's just you're going to be working at the shop where you're going to meet strangers, and maybe we don't tell strangers about the ghosts and vampires, you know.
Okay.
I could probably find somebody who set you up with if you wanted to go. You said you wanted to go on a date. I could probably.
I've got a good friend, Paolo. He's always looking for somebody to club hop with.
I mean, I've never been to a club, but I probably should have other clothes for that. Do I need to dress up for a club? Is this okay?
You can raid my closet anytime you want. If you're wearing it out in public in the right kinds of scenes, it's just free publicity for me and my work.
Oh, okay.
And you're a pretty girl.
I am?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I can always appreciate someone who is taking care of their ass like you are. Doing the stairs. You want to look good in what you wear? I have something that I want looking good on someone.
Okay.
If anybody ever asks, you just tell them. You tell them, and you can always check the tags. If you forget, I have a partner. Most of our designs, we've worked together, and she just kind of is like, and looks at her phone again.
And with that, I think we're going to step away from our friends who disarmed another crisis.
Ish.
And
Postponed.
go and for a moment tune in to another location. It's a dark place. And you see sitting in a chair Alice. The only light in the room is shining on her. And there are figures moving in the dark. And they're walking back and forth, not saying anything, not asking questions, just looking at her. After a bit of this, I was like, somebody say something. And then a man walks forward, older, maybe in his 50s. Seems well built, but not excessive. Average height, average build. Looks at her and goes, So, I want you to tell me about your friends. Alice, I don't know what you're talking about. What friends? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you do. Your friend that you're in business with, Prunella? Is that what's her name? I mean, the front company doesn't have it on her, but I've seen photos. I don't have anything to say to you. Okay. And Sage? Tell me about Sage. I don't know what you're talking about. You have a bunch of friends, and you're going to tell me about them. Or next time, Miranda will be in the room. And with that, we are going to end tonight's story. Thank you for everyone who were tuned in tonight. I love running this game for these people. We're going to do our abbreviated, as our session was, round of people doing introductions, starting with Prunella.
Hi, I'm RageMouxe on things, and I play the surprisingly capable of charisma and manipulation when she wants to, Misfit Ventru.
I play Wax. I play Ollie, who is usually causing things to get worse, if I'm honest, but in delightful ways.
You're just so good at it. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
And I'm Jeremiah McCoy, aka Basics of the Game, and please come in and watch us every Monday, because if it's not Newark, it's going to be the Black Rose Society, a 7th Sea pirate adventure starring, among other people, our friend RageMouxe here, played Prunella. Or every other Friday, there is one where I appear in as a player called Blood, Fate, and Fortune. So we do have a lot of really cool things to watch. Thank you for watching, and everybody have a nice night.
Yeah, go see him. You get to see his hair down.
Well, yeah, no. I wouldn't believe her.